wonderful tomato bisque soup that you have ever had in your life. I'm excited to be here with my very good friend, Patti Kimble. Now, Patti has been with us before, but I've got to tell you a little something about Patti. Not only is Patti a great realtor for Rushing McAdams Polychron Realtors, so if you need a house sold, she's the lady to call in Hot Springs, but she is also an amazing cook. You'll see a lot of her recipes available at the Holy Ground Cafe, and this is one of my favorite recipes. In fact, today, you don't know this, but I went into the cafe there and had myself a big old bowl of the tomato bisque. It is so delicious. Now, the problem has been that this recipe is high in fat. Heavy creams, lots of butter, but that's been what's made it taste so good. So what I said is, Patti, we've got to get in the kitchen and we've got to figure out how to make that same tomato bisque low fat, under 5 grams of fat, so that someone can add a sandwich or something to it, have a nice bowl of soup and sandwich or a wrap, and we're going to attempt to do that tonight. In fact, we've already done it. It tastes delicious, and now we're going to do it for you. So Patti, show us what we've got here. We've got a great group of ingredients. Start us off.
Well, we've got a half a cup of celery chopped.
Okay.
A fourth of a cup of chopped shallots. We've got a half a teaspoon of ground oregano, a half a teaspoon of sweet basil, a teaspoon of salt, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper.
Okay, now we just added it all in there together, and we're going to add that.
And we're going to put that in what we would normally do in my regular soup. I would put it in 2 tablespoons, a whole stick of butter for the quantity that I make. But we're going to use...
But we're not going to do that.
We're going to use some fat-free parquet spray.
It's going to give you the flavor of the butter, and we're going to just coat that there. We're going to go ahead and put some ham in the bottom to coat it so it doesn't stick. There we go. And we're going to put... We need a fire, don't we?
Yeah. But we're just going to put the celery in first because we want that to get a little bit... it takes longer to cook celery than onions, so we're going to let that get a little bit soft before we add the onions.
Okay, and what we're also going to do here is we're going to add some of that parquet spray, which is going to give it that good butter flavor on top there. Okay? Now we're going to let that cook for how long?
Just till, I don't have a time, I just till it starts to soften.
Till it starts to soften.
Okay, we're going to probably not need any more. Now I've got, what do we do with that? This is
all the spices.
Yeah, a teaspoon of salt. We've already gone over that, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to just add all that in there.
Okay.
And we're going to add a large can of diced tomatoes. This is a 28-ounce can.
I need to trim that down a little bit, maybe?
Not really. And then 2 tablespoons of tomato paste.
Okay.
I'm going to put that in there. Stir it up real well and let that cook, simmer for about 15 minutes. Get all those flavors joining in together here.
Great.
So we want this to cook for about 15 minutes. We're going to get it to boiling and then turn it down to simmer for about 15 minutes. So let's set this back in the bag.
Okay.
And we'll go to the next step. And we're going to, I've got 2 cups of water. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make a roux and then add the bouillon in here. And I've got
Roux. Some bouillon.
This is something I just discovered, and it's called Better Than Bouillon. And for every cup you use 1 teaspoon. It's like a paste.
1 teaspoon per cup. So we've got 2 cups, we've got 2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons, right. And boy, you talk about a robust flavor.
It really is. I think this, to me, is what makes this recipe. Because every time I taste this soup,
you taste this?
I taste this.
Yeah.
I love it.
In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to start our roux, and we've got 2 tablespoons of, what is this, fat-free parquet.
Well, it's not fat-free parquet. Now, here's where we're going to add some fat.
Oh.
A little bit of fat's not bad. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter here. Now, that's going to equal out 7 grams of fat per tablespoon. So really, we're going to have 14 grams of fat here, and yet it's going to be for about 5 to 6 servings. So this is going to work out to be about 3 grams of fat per serving. great within our fat budget, and you'll also be able to add a great sandwich to it and keep it under 10 grams of fat.
I'm learning how to use your stove.
Okay.
I turned it off and back on again. So we're doing well.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, we want to get that to melt. And so we've got 2 tablespoons of butter. We've got 3 rounded tablespoons of flour, another teaspoon of salt, and about a half a teaspoon of pepper. And I just put them all in together so we're going to just make like a roux.
Now, explain to me, what is a roux? Is it like a gravy?
Flour and butter.
Okay.
And then you add it to different flavors to get the different gravy flavors. That's how we do it, right? See how that's cooking back there?
Mm-hmm.
Can we turn it?
So once we've got that butter fully melted, we're going to now add the flour mixture.
The flour and the salt and the pepper.
Okay.
We're going to put that in there. And we're going to just brown it. Hopefully you got enough butter in there to do that. It should be fine. That's kind of golden brown now. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to switch that over there. And we have a whisk.
Our whisk is
Here it is.
Are you ready?
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to pour this over here. Oh, goodness. Bigger pan. We're good. You can turn that fire off. We're through with that. And we're just going to cook this until it starts to thicken.
Okay, so this is good and ready. Let me just get it off the edges here. And we've let this simmer for 15 minutes. And now, Patti, we're going to do what?
We're going to try to get all that in here.
Let's see.
Without spilling it everywhere. Actually, when I make it in the coffee shop, I just scoop out 2 or 3 cups at a time and do this in a step-by-step process of blending. Oh, that's good. Oh, you're great.
Now to this we're going to add...
We're going to put that back into the pot.
Okay, here we go. We're going back in the pot. Oh, it's so nice and thick. I love it.
And you're going to add our little bit of gravy that we made. The bouillon and roux. See how nice little brown gravy it made?
Okay.
Yeah, add that in there. We want to put the fire back on.
You're still trying to figure out
the
stove, aren't you?
Yeah. It's a nice one.
Okay.
And we're going to put that in there and just stir the stir the soup.
Bless her heart. She's blonde.
You're talking you or me?
Both of us. This could be dangerous.
Okay, what we're going to let that happen is we want that to just heat up, just start to boil, just start.
Okay.
And then we're going to add, what I would normally add is heavy whipping cream.
But we're not going to do that.
We're good girls. Tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah. Tonight.
What we're going to add tonight, instead of the heavy whipping cream, we're going to add fat-free half and half.
Mm-hmm. And for this amount, I've got 1 cup. See how it's starting to boil?
We got it boiling. There we go.
Okay, we don't want this to boil. We don't want the milk to boil.
So we'll turn that down.
Okay, so stir it up with your whisk.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love the smell of that better than bouillon. It's so nice. Look at that.
Guess what you have?
Woo!
Finished product.
We have
Does it look like
Patti's tomato bisque. Look at that. Looking good. Well, we need to put this in some plates and we need to try it up. What do you think? Here we go. Okay, Patti. Let's give it a try. How about you grab us 2 spoons and we'll both give it a whirl.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Spoon away.
There's no difference.
It is so...
It is just as good as the fat stuff.
As good as the fat stuff. Well, that's what we're about here at EMcafe. Making great recipes